What are you looking at?
I was checking to make sure the players are ready to go.
Of course they're ready. They're always ready.
They're counting it down.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. It's draft screen time. Let's go ahead and get ready for the series here. Who will be the bans? What's going to be happening here? Oh my gosh, it didn't work. I missed the timing. There it goes.
There we go. Okay, so, I mean, Illidan can be played here once again. When we're looking at bans, we are again looking towards Genji, towards Tazada. You could play a bit more around the globals here, but Fnatic definitely, they need to be extremely careful. They need to be worried now.
Yep.
This is one of the things where you can't tilt, where you just have to say, okay guys, take a deep breath, let's focus on it.
There's that out of the ban. FNATIC not allowing for it to happen. Now, Playing Ducks has a choice here to leave up multiple members. What would they like? Do they want to grab Genji? If so, they have the chance here to leave it up and leave that Tassadar up too. FNATIC does enjoy Genji too, though, so it would be a bit of a risk not to ban him out, and they decide to go ahead and ban Genji.
Well, yeah, there we go. Okay, Genji banned out. Fnatic with the first pick. Uther, oftentimes going to be the first pick here, but nope, they go and head straight into Nubarak. No hesitation whatsoever. A noob taken immediately. Alright, so going to play around the utility again with Cocoon most likely. We have seen Locust Swarm since Nubarak was hit by the Stuk of patch nodes, but Cocoon still from a utility aspect the most dangerous heroic ability to be taken on 10. The Ducks, on the other hand, they can now open this up even with the Tassadar if they want to.
That they could. FNATIC was one of the teams that perfected the Cocoon here, so them picking it for a first pick, especially in a scenario where they have to get a victory, even with the nurse coming in, no surprise to me. They've been very good at coordinating the lockdown on an opponent when he comes out of that Cocoon.
So the Ducks could play this even with the Tassadar Tracer if they wanted to. There's a lot of
True.
stuff that they can pull off with Tassadar. They have seen him banned out a lot. But we have also, we of course know that Ducks can use their Tracer play. They did that already on one of the previous maps on Tomb of the Spider Queen even. So right now that would be another opportunity for them to even play it with Tassadar. But there's other heroes that they've already shown, like Illidan, and this is what they are falling back into. Super early pick on Illidan with Tassadar immediately. So double support Illidan. Very likely with maybe, depending on the second support, they could play a Lunara in the back, they could play a Vala, they could play maybe a Liming here with it for the extra damage. So Fnatic definitely knows what's coming now already. The question is just how do they react to it.
How they want to handle that Illidan. I wouldn't mind the Brightwing again. They showed in the past that they like playing Brightwing into Illidan. Can work out well for them, gives them that global pressure. Maybe not picking it so early in this first stage, but still a 4th or 5th slot, not too shabby.
I mean, if you go Brightwing, you have to go double support. So with that, you already show your own hand.
True.
And it's not necessarily bad by any means, but I would definitely now pick Uther at least, so that you have the stuns against Illidan. That definitely already helps you. Could ban out Oriel if you are afraid of that.
Do you ban the Tracer to make sure they don't get both?
It's another good ban, for sure.
No.
Could also get into double support yourself, and well, we have Vala and Oriel taken. I could have seen them even pick Oriel and Uther if they want to go into some double support. There's enough around that you don't have to be afraid of the Ducks taking and banning all of it away. But now they are taking Vala, they have Oriel, so... What do you ban? Do you ban Uther out right away if you're Fnatic?
I mean, you don't mind taking Uther. You can help him out.
Yeah, but I don't think that the Ducks would mind picking Uther either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't mind picking up the Uther, so I don't think you ban
No, I mean
it here.
Fnatic.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. Gotcha. Huh. Arthas being highlighted as a possible ban. Makes sense against Illidan.
Yeah, Illidan is definitely going to be very thankful if he doesn't have to go up against the Frozen Tempest here and Arthas.
Does indicate that the Playing Ducks think that they're going to have Illidan in fights more often than rather just being a hunt bot that comes in and helps set up combos. Arthas has been banned out. And now Fnatic. Do you ban out the Uther?
No.
Go ahead and ban out Cassia.
Okay, so you let Uther through. There's still a lot of supports now available to the Ducks, so if they pick Uther, you still have a Rega, you have a Brightwing if you want to go into the double support. And you still need your top laner. Could be the Haka, hasn't been picked yet. Malthael has also still been around, depending a bit on what the Ducks actually want to go in for. I mean, we don't see the main tank just yet, and we don't have any idea what they are going to pick as their range damage dealer.
Can the Ducks run Vikings at all? They're not a Vikings runner.
I've been thinking about that a bit earlier, but I don't really think that you pick it with this comp. So there's Uther, there's Stitches. Alright, so you have Stitches, Uther combo. Uther helping out Illidan. Can pick a Lunara on the last spot. Huh.
I'm looking at FNATIC, man.
Yeah, I'm...
Do you just go solo support Ariel here? I still think Brightwing's a great choice here, but Brightwing suffers from hooks that can come their way.
I think that can be okay.
You can play around it. I mean, if you go for blink kill, you can get out of it.
If they commit to the Vala, then I think they have to go for a second support, and then Brightwing would definitely stand out. I expected them on the second and third pick to go to lean more towards picking an Uther for themselves, so that they have the stuns available against Illidan, and then maybe ban out the Oriel so that there is no Tacita Oriel on the side of the Ducks. But overall, they decided to go down a different route, and if you have the Oriel, I think the second support just helps you too much. Okay, Rhaegar and Sonya. I like Sonya since I was actually thinking about the Sonya for the top lane because you have the pressure play against Illidan, and later on with the Poison Spear you can really bring in the hurt.
Rhaegar will also be helpful for that 4-man and also grabbing Mercenaries, so now they're able to do so. They'll have to watch out for invades, though.
For Mercenaries, it's really a good point, though, because Sonya alone is already good taking the camps.
Yeah.
If you then put a Rhaegar in real quickly, even if he just provides the lightning shield, it helps her to get this faster. We have even seen a few teams, Zealots did that. They actually rotated a Rhaegar around on the map just to take camps.
Okay, so for the final pickup, assuming a ranged here, do you grab a mage or do you just go for Lunara and try to burn people down and let Illidan continue owning?
Matter of preference, I suppose, at this point. You can go for a mage. Liming, Chris has played Liming a lot. Lunara is also available for you. You're going up against the double support though, so you have to be careful with that. And Lunara, probably I'd rather go into a mage. But I expected more Liming to be taken over Gul'dan. Yes, you have on the other side an Anubarak, but this integrate works out really well against the Cocoon, of course. And you have really on-point damage there. So instead they go into Gul'dan, which helps them with Horrify again.
Horrify can punish both Rhaegar and Sonya. To dive in too far, Rhaegar, of course, when he goes for the bite, you drop the Horrify and you blow him up. Q does pretty good against Sonya too. So, all right, we're gonna see the wave clear mage Gul'dan phasing off against FNATIC. Playing Ducks put on the line here with their Illidan, coming in for the Huns. Can they get the victory?
I like what FNATIC has a lot. I really think this is a really good draft for them. You have your double support with a Sonya, you have the lightning shield as she spins in. There's stuns available for the Ducks, but not too many. You're mainly afraid of the Uther. At the same time, Illidan needs to be extremely careful of Sonya, of lockdown. So I like a lot what they are running in this game. So FNATIC looks strong here.
There's always the element of hooks, though. Stitches pulling someone into an Uther stun, into Gul'dan damage to a Horrify is usually a dead target.
I'm not really all that worried about the hook, because if you... There's still Oriel around, so there's two healers and that's Aegis. That's just too many tools that you can use if the coordination of your opponent is not 100% perfect to save the target. What I'm more afraid of is the pseudo-global. It's the only team that has, with Hunt, a pseudo-global. And we have seen how much Illidan can do on a solo lane if he just pushes in the entire time, takes structures down, claims bell towers, and just hunts away once that he has to. Expert did that really well against the Viking style of Team Liquid, which is of course a bit of different dynamic, but it showcases what Illidan can do if you leave him alone too long on that lane. But overall, I like what FNATIC has a lot.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you a little bit, just because of the Rhaegar. Personally, I've been enjoying Rhaegar more as of late in the meta. Just him being able to solo metas, or the mercenary camps, always give you the chance to always get that pressure in that bottom lane, keep your opponent on the backseat, so Sonya can just focus on the Illidan matchup, and if she ever gets an advantage, she can go grab the sappers in the top, push in the top lane, and eventually break them down. But again, there always is that element of Illidan. If Sonya were to leave the fight and come towards the team, Illidan can push in the top, and he can break down towers fast. We've seen it pretty often as of late, so... I don't know, man. I think I'm going to vote for FNATIC, but I'm going to give it not like a 70-30 like I would at the start of the series here. I'm going to give it a 60-40.
Not 65?
Not
35?
65. No.
60-40?
I thought about that for a couple minutes, and, you know, it's a hardcore 60-40 here.
So you did a math?
I did the math.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and start here for game number 4 here.
I can confirm that, by the way. While we're not on camera, he was just like sitting there and was like typing the
calculators all the way in. Playing Ducks taking on FNATIC. Towers of Doom. Can they end the series here, or will FNATIC tie it up and we'll go to a game number 5?
Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, and guess who's in the lead? Nope, just kidding, it's not FNATIC, it's the Ducks. They have the 2-1 as we head into Towers of Doom, and we see Wolfjoe now on Uther for the Ducks to the left side with Sportbilly on Tassadar, Chris on Gul'dan, Nanda on Stitches, and Eternal again on Illidan.
On the right side, in the red, looking to tie up the series, Wubby playing Sonya, Breeze on Nubrak, Quatnix on Valas, Mexi on Rhaegar, and Schwimpy will be playing Ariel.
Shrimpy on the Oriel for the Swedish boy band, the Quack Street Boys, moving to the bot lane immediately. And let's see if this time they're a bit more successful. On the last map, Warhead Junction, the Ducks came out swinging and definitely bodied FNATIC from the get-go, netting early game kills. This time FNATIC with a bit of a different style here, falling back on true and tried heroes. Breeze back on his Anubarak. Already needs to be a bit careful, as we're seeing the Ducks hunting once again.
That is the one worry here with the Nubrak being in the front. Is there enough damage for the Playing Ducks to burst down a Nubrak? With a hunt coming into a Gul'dan, it might not be enough, but maybe with an Uther stun, it could be. We'll see what the Playing Ducks will be able to do to handle Breeze on that Anubarak.
And of course, Illidan with the pseudo global is going to be a huge focus point again. He had such a massive impact on the last map. Let's see what FNATIC can pull off and what Eternal can pull off on Illidan. So already Smexy soaking the experience, just chilling, just taking it easy over here, making sure that he soaks everything, Breeze and his boys at the bot lane under a bit more pressure. And in this case, it's just like a tri-lane with one frontliner, having Quacknix supported by Oriel. And to the top, Eternal is already pressuring Wubby with the help of Sportbilly.
Pushing him in there. Holding out there, pulls out the Rhaegar, gets an idea of where he is currently. And about 10 seconds, we're going to have those mercenaries spawning, so we'll see if Smexy will take the opportunity to rotate down and grab them. Eternal goes in for a fight, but instantly will dash out. And the Playing Ducks already send their Illidan to the left side. Looks like he'll be starting camps early.
For Sonya, we have Shot of Fury taken on level 1. That's a talent that I haven't seen in a while in competitive. Most of the Sonya players these days had still straight into block talents or simply into Warpaint, but now Shot of Fury once again taken. Also, of course, helps a lot with Wrath of the Berserker than later, but just overall a good tool if you want to push out a bit of extra damage.
Helping you bring those slams in, it can be great against Illidan for getting that final kill there. You don't have to rely on your spear hitting all the time. So we'll see if that will pay off there for Wubby. Wubby is one of those players that doesn't mind switching it up when he needs to.
Yeah, Breeze with a nice dodge as we have exchange up at the top. Everybody fighting down here. Interrupt against Wolfjoe with a stun coming in, and now Sonya and Tassadar are going to make their way back down. Quacknix was really low for a moment, but is now able to pressure the Ducks back. Hook is again missing. Well done. And here comes the isolation attempt. Smexy with another channel. And this time it looks as if Uther is not going to be able to cause that interrupt. So another 4 shots fired in favor of FNATIC as they take the lead in the game.
32 will be the amount of health available for the Ducks on their core, 36 for FNATIC. So there was 1 grab for Ducks, 2 for FNATIC. Entertainment Strike comes out and Nande will be pushed against the wall. FNATIC looking a little bit more fierce here, but Schwimpy pulled underneath the turret into a stun, able to live thanks to some heals.
Rhaegar was there right away, and the healing ward itself taken down, but still Schwimpy able to survive, heals himself then up after Quacknix provides the hope. But FNATIC definitely having a decent start into the game. Grabbing 2 of the 2 early altars, it's not too crazy, but they get that slight lead. In experience, pretty much the same still. Tassadar dealing with Wubby up at the top, and of course, both of these teams are basically not really waiting, but hoping to make their big impact with the level 10 ability once that hits.
Yeah, I think Playing Ducks will be... Oh, Rhaegar gets it hooked here. Not going to be able to get locked down. Smexy will be able to get on out of there. But yes, 10. Good for Gul'dan and Illidan. Horrify coming online, and of course the hunt will allow for those picks to happen. Chris actually getting saved there, maybe by Schwimpy.
Yeah, Schwimpy screwing that a little bit up. Hitting the Stamen Strike before Vala can hit the combo. Not quite sure if Chris would have fallen, but it would have been close.
Thernal starting the Mercs here on the top, sneaking by. So this is actually a result of the lane adjustment that the Playing Ducks have made. They put Sportbilly against Sonya, mostly so 1, he can finish that level 1 that he has picked up as he's working on those basic attacks, but 2, if Sonya has no idea where Illidan is and they don't have to fight 1v1, Thernal is able to sneak those Merc camps on the top, and he does so there.
Takes it. In the meantime, the teams take the 2 down to the bot lane as well, splitting them, of course, taking the 1 on each side, and yeah, Wubby has to tap the fountain again. Loses the wall here, but Rhaegar comes over, provides a helpful healing ward before he starts to head down again, but we have another 2 altars appearing on the map, and the teams are now both on level 7 abilities.
7-7. FNATIC hoping to push in their Merc Camps here on the bottom and grab those turrets. Playing Ducks are answering back with 3 of their own. Illidan's coming in. They may just give up this tribute here to force a fight. Schwimpy on the right side taking some damage, getting low on health. He will have some hope for a heal, but still, he's going to get shredded, and Eternal helps get the kill.
Smexy was just half a second too late before he can make anything happen here. Now Breeze is also about to fall. He dies. Taken down. Quatnik's the only survivor. Also, both of the altars are still available. FNATIC is going for at least a trade, but in the meantime, it's the Ducks who are pushing heavily through the bot lane, trying to go for the first bell tower. They are ahead again.
Happily taking the 1-for-1 trade because they're getting a net experience lead here as they move towards level 9, breaking that turret in the middle. Sonya does head the top lane to try and push back and at least counterattack, but Tassadar should be able to head up there soon to clear it on up. Looks like we may miss a couple of minions of experience, but Sport Billy should be fine. Look at him, even using the dimensional shift. He knows his job here is just to soak. Yeah,
I actually really like it because there was a good chance that we see Sonya in that bush waiting for a Poison Spear. That level 7 talent alone is going to be great against Illidan later on, but also against Tassadar would have provided a lot of pressure. So that was a really nice move. Breeze cutting that aggression short after he sees that they're not going to be able to follow this up, but they are attempting now to also get some damage in against the structures. They're trying to catch up. They're behind in experience. So while they are still ahead in core points, the level 10 ability for the Ducks will put their own power spike online a lot faster, and that's especially true with Illidan going for Hunt.
Yes, FNATIC is well aware with the Hunt coming online at level 10, they will have their window closed and the amount of pressure they can do. So they're grabbing everything they can in terms of experience, grabbing the mercenaries as well on the right side before they get engaged upon. And that 10, ever so close here, as Tassadar and Illidan will head to the top lane and put pressure on Wubby.
Yeah, Wubby being attacked, but he's going to be able to move out of this. Oh, is he? Here comes the Hunt. Archon being used, and he taps, but it's already too late. Eternal is able to get the kill. The level 10 is there, not paying enough attention, and now they're going to lose out experience on the top lane. The Rhaegar is starting to make his way over. Should be able to actually get most of the experience here. But we have now also another tower in the bot lane, so they give up the wave and instead just move back down.
And Illidan and Tassadar will work on the boss in the top here.
Also, Gorge being used. We have Gorge actually on the side of Stitches, not going into the Putrid Bile, so we will see that used together with also Horrify.
Gorge to grab a target running towards you. Could be good on Sonya in particular if she's ever getting to a spot where she seems like she might change the tide of battle. Drop that Gorge and pick her up. Also grabbing a healer is always good. It will be leap for FNATIC as Wubby is intending to force fights for his teams.
So they're exchanging the shots over here. There we have the setup though. Stun comes in, and that could be the kill that they need. Already Horrify being used. The Gorge as well. Wolfjo is alive. Nanda is going for Breeze. He gets cleanse, goes out. Uther is dead as we see Quatnix moving in with a strafe. They get the kill after all, and Breeze is not falling. But Illidan and Tassadar are still active at the top. This was a 5 versus 3, and we're having now a bell tower falling at the top, so FNATIC is forced to commit to the one at the bot lane to go for the exchange.
They grab it. Meanwhile, Playing Ducks will grab the Mercs at the top here, get those Sappers pushing in to pull someone back, which will open them up a avenue to clear out that bottom tower on the left side. We'll see how FNATIC will continue to push forward here as Mexy's grabbing the middle lane. Stitches will be able to soak that experience and move towards 13, but we've got a pretty close game on our hands, 28-24.
Yeah, we definitely do. The Ducks are not ducking around in this game. They are currently playing FNATIC to the wall with this, still in the lead in experience. 4 shots behind on core damage, and the first ones to grab the level 13 if this continues. At the top lane, Sonya is now defending against the camps that has been taken a little bit earlier. And both of the teams should actually be eager to reclaim their own bell tower. Breeze is just providing a couple of beetles to make sure that the shots are soaked, and in the meantime, Wubby is taking out the pumpkins. And as expected, the Ducks are now starting to rotate to the bottom left to reclaim their own bell tower.
Yeah, I really like how both these teams are playing very methodical at the moment. The Playing Ducks aren't winging it at all. They're keeping up with their pressure. They have the plan here, and they're playing around the Hunt.
Yeah, also, the top lane is actually a little bit slower in getting the tower back. Hook is hitting hard, but he should... Oh, the Gorge. But good. This was... Oh, that's...
Oh, Divine Storm connects. Horrify also being used. Quatnix using Strafe just to get some damage out.
Okay.
Eternal healed up.
That was awesome. So at first you get the hook. It still looks good. Then you get Gorge. That's the moment when Breeze moves in and hits Cocoon. Drops the target out of Gorge. But Uther just uses all of this as a setup, basically. As we see heroic cooldowns being traded by Stitches and Anubarak. Moves in, drops the stun, and then they blow up Rhaegar. Really well done here by the Ducks, and this is kill number 4 against 1.
Here's the poor part, though. I think Playing Ducks were hoping for a few more kills in that fight. FNATIC is still able to set up here on the bottom left side for the altar. There is 2 available, so Uther will get the one in the middle, but they could still go for the 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, they can go for a 1-for-1 trade, but the thing is, if the Ducks now win another fight, that would be rough, but it looks like they are willing to give this one up. Illidan is already moving up to the top. They still hold the level advantage. They are going to be down in points on the core, but here comes the Gorge again. They need to follow up stun. Wolfjoy is ready for it, and the stun and the kill are both hitting. Shrimpy is too late to use his Aegis or anything else. He has full energy, has the hope, but not enough. They try to go for a blow up against Tacita, and they do not get it.
Up in a second here. He goes out for it, does not connect it.
FNATIC is actually in a lot of trouble now. Since they are starting to lose hero after hero, it's 5 kills against 1, they are falling behind in experience, and whenever they are trying to go for a blow-up, like we've just seen from Sonya, initiated with a leap, we are still having Illidan on another position on the map trying to reclaim another bell tower. So the pressure against FNATIC is rising. If they start to lose infrastructure on the map, then the Ducks can just do whatever they want and control the pace of it. Because they already are going to head into a much faster level 16. They are at this point 2 talents ahead, or 1.5 levels ahead. Nearly 2.
Duck coming in here with the hunt, will be on Quack. They turn around and look at Rhaegar. Smexy gets hooked in, but he's able to jump out by biting forward. The Horrify is on the right side. Rhaegar getting low on health. Divine Storm will hit Oriel as well. Shwimpy's getting low. Rhaegar falls. Yeah,
Rhaegar falls. No ult on Shrimpy being used. Shrimpy has not used his ult in this case. No save on Rhaegar. They were once again isolated. And this is 6 kills against 1. The Ducks are taking FNATIC apart here. It's a 2-level lead, it's a talent advantage. Another hook connects, and Whoopi barely jumps out.
Q-Bill finishing up here, 4 gold down, level 1 setting up, but with 10 seconds, no Rhaegar being here, Playing Ducks gonna move in and start breaking the bell tower apart.
Think about what's going on here. We have FNATIC with a composition that says, we want to engage. We're gonna move in with an Uberak and with a leap on Sonya, and we're gonna bring the fight to you. What have we seen instead? Or ideally they make it after a hook and they just engage after that. It is exactly the opposite. The Ducks push into them with Illidan. They get their hooks, they get their gorge, they always initiate the fights. FNATIC doesn't get the battle they want, and when they are in a fight, they are lacking the coordination that we have seen in the recent weeks. Rhaegar hasn't used the Ancestral in the last fight. Oriel hasn't used her own ult just because they were horrified, they were attacked, they were stunned, they were not all together, and that is becoming a massive, massive issue right now.
Reese is on the right side. He's coming in here for the interrupt. He will use Cocoon to stop the altar. It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far on the top left. The other one being grabbed by FNATIC, so 1 less altar available. Playing Ducks on the side grab the altar too, so they get 2. They get a total of 10 shots on top of FNATIC.
Yeah, 10 against 3. So now the Ducks are also ahead in the core points. They have 17 to 14. Not a big difference yet, but the Ducks are more than 2 levels. 2 levels ahead right now. 2 levels, a talent, 3 points. Boss is up again. And look at that, Illidan, what does he do best? Wrecks structures and chases, and he goes into the mid lane with the rest of the team. They could have taken the bell tower here, but with the boss up and FNATIC showing on the bot lane, they start to make a detour, saying FNATIC takes back their bell tower. They have no chance of contesting the boss. Let's move straight top and take another 4 points of their core. Illidan even hunting now into the middle and trying to take Whoopi down. And yeah, Whoopi has to sacrifice his cooldown again.
Kind of worth overall. They get the hunt and, of course, Archon down. The Archon is what makes it slightly worth, but still, FNATIC try to get some damage on the bottom left. They did get 16 here, but Nande is sharking forward, maybe looking for a hook. Doesn't see anything. Breeze wanting to fight as he sees Tassadar.
This is now the moment when FNATIC has to fight. They're falling behind the entire time. 7 points behind, 1.5 levels behind, but they have the 16 versus 16 talent. And look what the Ducks did. They went with Stitches into a slam build, but instead of going for Pulverize, they have the fishing hook because it works so well for them, and they put so much pressure onto FNATIC with all the hooks that they've been landing and the immediate Uther follow-ups. Also the Horrify that can be used after a good hook and gorge. So this slight adjustment is really working extremely well for them. Stitches has been all over the place in the last few days and weeks. You can play him as a full slam build hero that provides damage in the team fight and utility through Pulverize, and it's slow. You can play him as a main tank that just tries to be beefy and lands the long-range hooks, or a hybrid build as we are seeing right here. Still leaning towards the damage and trying to provide in team fights value, but not even going into Putrid Bile, instead hoping for good long-distance hooks and then an isolation that Uther can use for stun setups. FNATIC has to fight on 16. It's the one shot they have, and they need to win a team fight.
Illidan got top lane pushing with the Sappers, is available for the hunt. Playing Ducks, that's set up here on the right side. Wolfjo walks straight into the bush, will get hooked over to his teammate. Sport Billy bringing out the damage, and Schwimpy will start channeling.
Schwimpy with a channel. Sport Billy tries to interrupt, but Cocoon is out.
Here comes the hunt, straight onto Schwimpy. He will dance away.
Illidan hunts in and immediately moves out as FNATIC is looking for that channel.
Sport Billy brings out the harassment, will be on the side. Remember, he does have leap.
Nanda once again with a fishing hook, not connecting this time, and FNATIC tries to engage.
Watch out for Breeze here. He's looking for a fight. Cocoon is not available, but he can still engage.
Breeze taking so much damage here, especially from Gul'dan. Chris in the backline as Illidan commits once more.
Eternal moves in. Big Divine Storm hitting 3 people. Age is being used.
Egg is being used this time. Here comes the Horrify on the other hand. Ancestor goes through. Breeze comes in there trying to help straight on Illidan. Trying to get their kill here. Whoopi leaps into the back, is taken out. Does not get the self-heal with a whirlwind, and now FNATIC down one player is in a world of trouble as the Playing Ducks just push forward.
That leap actually missed, and he was at a quarter health, so he either had to hit multiple people and let his team follow up for the damage, or he had to not even go in. He went in for it and missed out. Exactly, or leap away from the fight, and he gets taken out. So Wubby not available on the field anymore. The Altar still available for pickings, and we're going to see the Playing Ducks actually play patient here. They want to grab all the Merc camps and attempt to get another bell tower so they get one more shot.
Guys, the Playing Ducks have lost 4 matches this season already without taking a single map. They have lost another one where they at least brought it into the 5th map. The only series that they won so far was the one against Team Experts. And right now, they are pushing FNATIC down. FNATIC is on the 6 remaining points on their core, and we have the Playing Ducks aiming more and more towards level 20. They are only 20% away from hitting their Storm talents, and FNATIC is not even level 18 yet.
That slow projection speed just got shown off there. We had Sport Billy use a dimensional shift and dodge out on a Nubarak's Cocoon. Wubby comes in for the big jump on the leap. They know they have to fight, but they're behind enemy lines.
Horrify is still ready, and there it is used. Doesn't really hit too much though. Quarknik's trying to play, but they're fighting on top of the bell tower. Whoopi is down, the 20 has hit. FNATIC is in such an awful position. Illidan hunts down with a global hunt from all the way up at the top, gets cocooned immediately, and FNATIC is doing the only thing they can do this game, running.
Wolfjo's looking for the fight to stop it from happening. The hook comes out, it will not connect, but they still have the advantage of a 5v4, and the Playing Ducks intend to use it. They keep moving forward here. Eternal tanking the initial damage, needs to be careful, getting low on health. Luckily, Tassadar gets in the shield.
Absolutely no respect on the side of the Ducks right now. Down goes the bell tower. The Ducks with another hook attempt. This one not hitting. FNATIC is still 2 levels behind. This is an absolute disaster for FNATIC. They are 6-0 in the league. 6-0. They were only once close to losing a game. Besides that, they have never had to... This is crazy.
Playing Ducks, Chris's very own, tweeted after game number 2 with their victory a question mark. He might have to tweet an exclamation mark after this one, because it's looking like they may have the victory. They're lined up to get shots.
Yeah, they are looking absolutely fantastic right now, and that is something they did not expect either. They've been talking about it, how they expect to be completely wrecked by FNATIC. FNATIC has looked like they have looked like they are a completely different level, but today they just can't show it, and that's 2 altars on the map. And the bell tower at the bot lane has not been reclaimed yet, so FNATIC has to go in against level 20 talents and completely YOLO it.
They're trying to get the mercenaries in. They will get the 5 shots.
It's
they get
over.
one Sapper.
It's over.
Yet they're hunting in. They're going for it. The Sapper gets over, and you're right. It's going to be GG. The Playing Ducks have done it. Their second win of HGC is going to be against the best team in the league, FNATIC. They got it done.
Okay.
The Playing Ducks came out and got a victory over FNATIC. FNATIC did look a little lost in that series.
Yeah.
Is it because Ducks are that good right now? Are they unleashed? They taken this weight off of themselves and came in, or was FNATIC just missing out a little bit?
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's I mean, of course, we're just speculating here, but first of all, I still think what I said earlier is true, that the Ducks didn't feel pressure, so they played a lot better, just simply because they didn't question everything that they were doing. But I'm also worried about FNATIC because, to be honest, measured against their normal performance, that was just straight up bad.
Yeah.
So if you look at the games that they showed today and the way they coordinated their fights and compare it to what they did over the last few weeks, how they ended up with that 6-0 spot, then today, I guess they just had an off day.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mix of both. Ducks played way better than they did before. Absolutely no doubt about it. But FNATIC also played much weaker. And that can either be that they completely underestimated the Ducks, that they didn't take it as serious as they should have, or that they just simply had a day where things didn't line up. And, I mean, it happens. Sometimes you just have a day where the stars don't align and you go into a fight and you just miss those combos that you're normally known for. So
today, we actually got to see Therno, by the way, that I've been waiting weeks to see. He was unleashed, being able to pull off that Illidan. We saw him on Sonya as well. It's kind of the effect that Expert has right now that I've been waiting to see for the Playing Ducks. You have the 4 main squad that we have for Expert with Bad Binny and crew, and then you have a Thorough doing his own thing. Here we saw the Playing Ducks. The Playing Ducks is a squad of 4, Chris and the boys staying together, and then, of course, the Therno on the offside just doing what he does best and just winning his matchups and coming in for fights. That was actually very, very cool to see.
Also, there's another aspect, or one of the things that we also have to mention. We talk the entire time about BlizzCon, and we talk about FNATIC trying to work towards that goal. And a lot of people are looking at the stats and saying, like, yeah, okay, they lost against the Playing Ducks, or even, let's say, before the series, even if they lose against the Ducks, what can actually happen? Of course they're going to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
That's what Liquid thought about the mid-season brawl. Because when we looked at Phase 1, and we were actually just looking at how Liquid performed, they were, what was it, 10-0, 11-0 at some point?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they just lost one game, they lost the next game, and they found themselves in a really awkward spot where at the end it was just like, boys, yeah, I'm really sorry, but you're not going to the mid-season brawl. So you can win all the games in the world, but if at the end you just lose 2-3 matches, that can be the difference of you attending an offline event and you falling off. So this hurts FNATIC a lot, even though it might not seem like it. But this could be one of those games that they regret when it's down to who goes to BlizzCon and who stays at home.
Well, let's go ahead and check in with Wolf Joe from the Playing Ducks as they get a victory over FNATIC. And I see you got a cool shirt there.
Yeah, last time you didn't see it because it wasn't like in the room and not an angle, so I tried to fix it this time, even though I didn't expect to be on an interview, to be honest.
That shirt was in that room on that bed for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, he pulls it out here. Well, it looks good on you, and it's good to see, but we also see you guys coming out with a 3-1 victory over FNATIC. How are you feeling?
I am super good. Like, nobody expected it. Like, we didn't scrim as much this week because we were like, yeah, FNATIC's hard opponent. They beat everybody in the league. They looked solid. We just gonna chill a little bit, play Hero League, and see what happens. And this is what happened. Nobody expected it. We're super happy.
Wow, seems like a slight break. Definitely working out for you guys. Let's go ahead and send you over to Caldor.
Well, first of all, congratulations to a surprising victory. Well done. You just said that you guys took a bit of a break. You didn't scrim as much as you usually did. So we here on the show and in this series as well have been talking a lot about how on paper you guys look super strong. Everyone expected you to go for 4th spot maybe in the rankings, maybe even aim higher, and then you just lost one game after another. Do you think it was mainly because of a mental block, and do you think that you guys, assuming that against FNATIC you didn't really stand a chance, it took the pressure off and that helped you?
Yeah, for sure. Like, maybe we even over-scrimmed too much. Like, we looked solid in the first scrims and in the first weeks of scrimmage, and then HGC happens, and suddenly everybody has, like, feels pressure, thinks we need to beat them, then we don't beat Zealots first week, and it's like, yeah, like, and it happens from week to week. We scrim more, nothing, no improvement, so it's like, yeah, we take the week off this time and see what happens. Like, anything can happen, and yeah.
Okay, so one more thing about this series. When was really the moment when you guys said this could actually happen? Not us just taking a map or two, but we could actually win the entire match. When did that happen for you guys?
After the Warhead game, for sure. Like, we were like, we are 1 map up, we have 2 more to go at all, and it's like, everybody's like, it works. We just put our trust into Billy, who's drafting, and we're like, yeah, Billy, do whatever you want. Like, we believe in you. And it worked out. He was like, pick Warhead. we picked Warhead. So it seems to work when we don't have the pressure.
Was that actually a change? You just said that you put your trust in Billy, and from the way you talked about it, it sounded like you didn't do that the entire season. Was that a change in drafting that you guys went through?
No, but maybe we put in a little bit too much input into the drafting when it comes to the tournament. Like in scrims, it's usually like one person does it, and maybe we were all too hyped and all too much pressure that we needed to contribute to the draft. And with this time, it's like, yeah, let one guy do it. Like let him focus. With the rest of the guys, try to have fun. We don't expect to win it, and we win it.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, man.
Awesome, Wolf Joe. Well, we're very happy for you here at the HGC. Congratulations on your victory today. Before I let you go, a shout out is available for you if you would like to.
Yeah, shout out to all our fans who still believed in us, and we try to like not make it to Crucible in the next season, in the next phase. So, and shout out to Playing Ducks and Be Quiet for sure.
Awesome. Congratulations to Wolf Joe and the rest of the Playing Ducks. They win over FNATIC. Yes, over FNATIC today with a 3-1 victory. And today was a little bit more crazy than I thought it would be. I was not expecting today's results.
Yeah, not at all, especially the last one. And again, FNATIC has to be careful. I talked to Quacknix, I think, after their 4th or 5th victory, and he said, yes, we're feeling strong, everything's working out, we're clicking, it's just perfect right now. And I told him, so you guys need to be careful, though, that you don't pull a Team Liquid. And he just started laughing. He was like, yeah, I'm well aware of that, and I'm going to try and keep everyone grounded. Today, they might have just had an off day, but if not anything else, it was at least a wake-up call that, guys, we might be winning everything right now, but keep in mind, there is still, when we go to the Western Clash, of course, but there's still a chance that we could miss out on BlizzCon.
Wow.
So I guess if you lose a game, then it's probably better to lose a game against the Ducks than against Dignitas, Expert, Team Liquid, or close contenders for that spot. But still, that needs to be a wake-up call for them. They are not invincible. And that's also pretty good for us to know, because it makes things a little bit more interesting.
It does. Well, the Playing Ducks pluck a victory today, but we want to pluck your brains. We're going to try a new word association game. We're going to put a word on top of the screen here, and you guys are going to let us know in the chat, of course, what you think comes to us. We're going to do it to you, or do it to here at the HGC. So let's go ahead and see what word we're playing here for the word association game. This is a new thing that Josh wants to try out. So the word is Western Clash 2 champs. What comes to mind?
In my opinion, it's Warcraft 2 champs right there. But when we're talking about the Western Clash 2 champs, then I want to say that we have hopefully a North America versus Europe final. That's at least what I would like to see. I'm a little bit afraid that it's going to be ending up to EU versus EU, but I would hope the battle of the regions in the grand final.
Well, for me, it's Nomia. That's what comes to mind right away.
You have another one right now because you can't sit there for 20 seconds. Think
EU
about your
versus
answer
North America.
And let me start.
Let's see. I want Gale Force Esports versus Expert. I think it'd be a fun match.
You don't even think about it. You basically feed off my idea.
Do it. Go, 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 go.
You are out.
Next word. Next word.
You just lost.
Meta. Murky. Go.
It's mine.
Oh, I see.
Like, what are you doing? Okay, so meta. We can both?
Yeah, we're both playing. Go for it.
What do you mean? You just said murky.
Meta. What do you think when you see meta?
What? It's the
Just
same,
spit it out.
The same that we see right now. Uther Genji and all that stuff.
Uther Genji. Okay. Murky, Uther Genji. You know who the better players are. All right. So straight up, Stukov. I think, his arm. I hate his arm.
Pushing people and oh my god, screw that silence.
Dude, that arm, man. There needs to be something that happens.
That silence is just like.
You need a sound, some kind of sound effect to let you know. Because there are times where I'm like, oh, I'm about to dimensional shift. Next thing I know, I have nothing happening. So Stukov, we'll be seeing him at the Western Clash. Make sure to check him out. Next word, upsets. Ooh, Playing Ducks. Upsets. Kaldor.
Upsets and A winning something at the Western Clash. Burn.
He just said that.
You were thinking it.
I never would think that, man. I love North
He
America.
told me this morning, okay?
Next word. It's gonna be...
Yes, Kartoffeln. Geile Sache. Also, das Geilste an die essen keine Kartoffeln her. Es ist echt zum Kotzen. Von daher, super Sache, bin voll dabei. Ihr müsst mehr Kartoffeln anbauen hier. Es ist wirklich mal notwendig. Und ich weiß genau, dass du mir zustimmst. Von daher mal ganz locker hier bleiben. Locker durch die Hose atmen, mein Freund.
What face? That's what I think, man. Apparently that means potato in German. Potatoes are good. All right, is that it?
You just got owned so hard. You had nothing. You had nothing.
I think I won that entire segment. Just gonna toss that out there easily. That's actually kind of fun. We might do that every Sunday. Josh, can we do that every Sunday? We can do that every Sunday. Let's make that a new thing here at HGC Europe. Western word association game. We'll make that become a thing every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching HGC. We're going to end week 5. We'll be back in a few weeks, but make sure to check out Kiev. North America is up next.
Kartoffel.